Hello, individuals of the internet. Welcome back to another video. It is a gorgeous summer day. I mean, the perfect epitome of what a summer day should be. So we are out, we are riding a bike, and we are recording a video, and let's get into it. You will notice today, I am wearing shorts. That does not happen. I mean, I wear shorts a lot when I'm exercising or when I hang out in the house, but out in public, I don't wear shorts all that often. It is almost always pants. Don't know why, it's just something, but you know what? Today's a hot day. I decided it's time to wear shorts. Don't get used to it though. It's very possible this is the only time on the bike channel it happens, or I just opened up Pandora's box and I'm gonna wear shorts forever now. One of the two. Before I forget, this video, as with every video, is unofficially brought to you by a song that I think you should check out, or a band I think you should check out. And today, I implore you, surely, to check out this song, Permanent. Anyways, Acceptance is, honestly, I swear this is true, the only band that I've ever told people to check out that I have never heard somebody say, I didn't really like it. At least their first album, their Phantoms album, before they broke up, and they broke up for like a decade, and then they came back. Absolutely incredible. Metalheads, rap fans, pop punk, country fans, everybody is like, those guys are good. Today, what we are going to talk about, you might actually not be the person that you think that you are. You may not actually be the person you think you are. Now, I know that that's something that might throw you through a loop. The reason I say that is because so many of us think that, well, this is just who I am, and these are my flaws, and this is what I'm good at, and that's just never gonna change, and this is just it. And that, my friends, is not true. That is not true. In fact, quite literally, you are not the same person that you were a decade ago. Your cells are not the same. I believe it's every 7 years, your cells completely regenerate in your body, to the point that none of the cells that were there a decade ago are now still there. They already died off, they're gone, and have been replaced by other cells. I could have my time frame a little wrong on that 7 years thing. I'm just giving you like the general estimate. Why then do we hold ourselves to this limiting belief that whoever we were 10 years ago, that the mistakes we made 10 years ago is just who we are now? Now look, I'm not saying that a mistake that you made 10 years ago doesn't impact who you are now, that a decision you made 20 years ago doesn't still influence your decisions now. Instead, what I'm saying is that yes, those things influence you, but that isn't the end of your story. You still have so much story to write. Your past isn't the author of your future. There are so many things, and we've talked about it in previous videos, where I'm not proud of everything I've done in my past, and nobody is, and how I try not to judge people for who they were 10, 20 years ago. I know that 10 years ago I was a very different person than I am today. I am an extremely different person than I was just 4 or 5 years ago. Vastly different. Unrecognizable to most people. You know, and I've been thinking about this a lot with launching Actio Spiritus. Why I started Actio Spiritus. Like, where did this come from? And the honest truth is, it came from me needing to develop a system for myself. A system that got me unstuck in life. A system that got me out of a rut and a path that I wasn't on, and finally taking myself seriously and saying, you know what, this is what I want out of life. I'm gonna go for it. I'm not gonna sit there and let everybody else dictate that for me anymore. I'm not gonna just accept defeat and roll over. No, I want something. I'm going to get it. I remember 6, 7 years ago, I was hanging out with somebody and they were like, you know, I just think you're lost. They didn't mean it in the religious sense. They just meant it in like life, that I was just kind of stuck and stagnant and I wasn't going anywhere. And I wasn't really gonna become anything. It wasn't until 3 years ago that I finally fully broke free of that limiting belief, that I was meant to be stuck, that I didn't have a lot going for me, and I was just gonna kind of joyride it through life because, you know, There wasn't anything else there. That was my plan for life, honestly. And you know, that's not a great way to spend your life, you know? But based on a limiting belief I imposed on myself, that I absorbed from someone else, I just accepted it that, okay, well, this is your life now. And it wasn't until I decided that, no, I'm going to let that go. I am going to write my life story. And this is not how the story goes. This is not how the story is going to end. None of this quote story is what it's going to be. Like, this isn't the book I'm going to be written as. When I realized that I am the author of my own life, that I am not the same person I was 10 years ago, that I don't have to be the same person I was even 5 years ago, when I finally accepted that, you know, I knew it up here in my brain, I knew that, but I didn't live it out in my heart, right? When I finally accepted that and understood I have the power to change my life, I have the power to become damn near anything I want. Now look, there's obviously exceptions to this rule. I'm not going to be LeBron James, but that doesn't mean that, you know, I can't start up a business, or that I can't get a degree, or that I can't pick up a new hobby or a new skill, or find a partner who's actually treating me well, which, you know, ended up marrying that one. So that was a good choice. And when I accepted that and embraced that, that is when my life began to change. It wasn't until I finally broke free of those limiting beliefs and accepted that, you know what, I'm not the same person that I was 10 years ago or 5 years ago, and I need to forgive myself for the mistakes I've made, but I also need to take accountability that those mistakes don't dictate my choices now. When I finally accepted that and embraced that, then I was finally ready to take that spirited action necessary to progress in my life. It's a scary process, right? Like it really is. You know, to accept that you might not be the person that you have been telling yourself you've been forever. It can be scary. Change is scary, change is hard. But what's on the other side of that wall is freedom. This is also meant to be a positive message. You know, I'm not shaming anybody by saying this. I'm honestly encouraging you. Embrace that freedom, to embrace that realization that, hey, I am not this person who I once was. I don't have to be guilt-ridden and ashamed of who I am now based on mistakes that I've made in my past. You know, I honestly want that for everybody. I really do. All right, folks, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this video. As always, I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you. Guys, break free of those limiting beliefs that are holding you back. You are not the same person, literally not the same person as you were 10 years ago. You don't have to let those chains continue to bind you. You are worth so much more, and I can't wait to see where you go next. But until next time, have a great day.